to go. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our live stream from the Pine Mountain Trail. It's been a while since we've been out here, since February.
Yeah, and why'd you pick today?
It's probably like 95, 97 degrees. Is that right?
Yeah, it was at almost 100.
Almost 100 degrees. Oh my goodness. But it was quite a hike getting in today. We started off at Dowdell's Knob. We're not going to tell you exactly where we're at for certain reasons. Oh, Caveman, what's up, Max? How you doing? In fact, a big shout out to Max helping me with some of my newer. Whoa, what happened there?
At Donna's, you can get more than just amazing,
What's going
delicious
on?
pizza. There's also lava cakes,
I
bread
don't know what
bites,
that
and
is
more.
about. Anyway, big shout out to Max. Thank you so much for your advice on the hammock gear, tie outs, and tarps. The stingers is what we picked up, as well as some Zing It.
Yeah.
And now we have the tarp. It's actually in the background. We'll probably pan to that in a little bit. But today we're out here again talking about new gear, upcoming hikes, plans and such, as well as what it's like to hike in the heat. Now, we only did about 3 miles today to get to this campsite. How did you feel about that?
I'll tell you, I hiked my little local trail, 2.5 miles. I can do it fairly quick, but there's no weight on my back other than water and a snack and a rain jacket. I learned to take a rain jacket with me, even though it's close to the house. But this one here knocked me out. This 3 miles knocked me out in the heat, plus a heavy bag.
Shout out to Jacob. What's up, my friend? Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Jacob, I was going to tell you, he said, Metro, yo.
So to start things off, I don't know if you saw this week's video on my channel, but I did pick up a piece of gear. It is the new Grail Titanium Ultra Press. It is a great piece of gear, and the reason why I think it's so great is because the bottom piece here can actually be used as a stove. So I'm going to be cooking tonight's dinner with this stove, so you can actually see in firsthand how this works out. But the entire kit weighs about 14 ounces, so a little bit under a pound. But some of the cool things that they've added to this system is the fact that you can, one, add a fuel, like a, I don't know how to explain this, to the filter down below here. There's actually a adapter now that you can adjust with it to add flavoring. So you basically fill this up and you stick it in the inside of here. So when you are filtering the water, not only are you getting filtered water, but it also combines it with the flavoring automatically. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool. If you want electrolytes, that would be great. Not for cooking, though.
Well, not for cooking, but during the summer, as we're saying, it's so hot right now, you actually had to stop and get some electrolytes.
I had to stop more than one time, Max. I had to, you know, the hill we went down to get the brown dog. Well, I had to go up the other way. They moved brown dog, by the way, to campsite. He says he's out. He's got knee trouble.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Hey, hi, Jason Outdoors.
Jason Outdoors is in the house. Hey, didn't you just go backpacking with him recently?
Yeah, up in the Smokies, yeah.
You were backpacking with Jason and Max, right?
Yeah, both of them, and his brother.
And even what, Terry Young was out there as well?
Terry Young and Steve Manos was with Max.
Nicole hikes a lot.
Yep, and
Doc, man, you had all. Yeah.
Tanya Browning.
Tanya, man, yeah, full house.
Yeah, yeah, we did.
If you're interested in seeing that video, make sure you go over to Senior Hiker's channel, and you'll see his recent adventure in the Smoky Mountains. I was actually out in the Smoky Mountains with Crow and Taylor.
Yeah.
We did the 20-mile loop. We started off at the 20-mile trailhead, and then we went up to Camp 92. And then up on the AT to the Shuck Stack Tower. And then I tell you what, if you haven't done that.
He posted his today.
Yeah, 12 magical things about backpacking in the Smokies. I don't know if you've seen that video, but it came out today. Make sure you check out As the Crow Flies Hiking. But with that being said, it was an incredible adventure. And it was right at the time where the weather was still kind of cool. And then it started getting really hot after that. So it was perfect time, perfect weather. We were expecting rain the entire time, so we were very blessed and fortunate not to have that situation.
Well, look, yeah, Micah 6, chapter 6 and 8. What is the temperature there? It's hotter than Hades here in LA.
It's about 97 degrees right now. We have no breeze whatsoever. We're supposed to get rain today. So we're pretty fortunate and happy about that. I was excited that we didn't get any rain, but it's supposed to come in about 9 or 10 tonight.
Well, Yeah, I saw it hit the radar, but it wasn't where we at. But it may come on down. Actually, I hope it does come and cool us up a little bit. Gosh, we had a little wind earlier.
It's gone, baby,
But
gone.
yeah, it's gone. Jesus.
So in case it rains, I don't know if you heard at the very beginning of this live stream, a big shout out to Chris, that hiking guy, for actually selling me his previous tarp that he was using. It's the Hammock Gear Dyneema tarp with doors, and it's the camo edition. He sold that to me because he recently upgraded to the Palace, so it's a little bit bigger. But that's a pretty big tarp, wouldn't you
Yeah,
say?
yeah. If it rains, I'll be happy to get under it. Even though I brought my tarp, I didn't pitch it. Since Andy's demonstrating his Dyneema tarp.
The circus tent tarp that you have.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty funny. So yeah, some other stuff that I wanted to talk about today that I picked up with the Grail Ultra Press, the titanium. I actually got a new stove, and in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up as well, just so you guys can see it. But I wanted to get your opinion on what you guys think about how this looks. Now, it comes in a bag like this. It's the camp stove, right? And inside, it's gonna blow your mind on what this looks like.
I know what it looks like. It looks like a VRS.
Oh, you've seen my channel.
Yeah, I watched your video.
But I'll tell you that it is very similar, but there are some key differences. So the one thing, I'm gonna open it up here, ready? Now it's starting to look very similar, but I will tell you, and I'll let you hold it here, that the arms, if you have a BRS, you know that the arms are kind of flimsy, right? And this one, the arms are a little bit more reinforced.
Right.
Yeah, and it's 28 grams. Again, it has the Grail branding on here. So very similar, but 28 grams. I'm really excited about it. They call it the Pathfinder Stove. I don't know if you guys can see that on this camera, but this is a new item for me to pick up. We're gonna be cooking with this side by side with the BRS, so you can kind of see the two and what that looks like. So make sure you stay tuned for a video on that. What are you cooking tonight, though? Actually,
No, actually, you're gonna be cooking this.
Well, how do you say that? Gom tang meong?
Yeah, it's kong kam tang mian kong no.
I can't even say it. Let's look at the bag here again.
It reads in English, so read it in English. Gom tang la mian.
So it's a bone broth
Yeah,
ramen.
bone flavor.
490 calories for the package, but you add your own special ingredients to it. You're gonna add some extra stuff.
Well, my
to it.
wife did send some green onions and pepper. She said 2 necessary things.
So when you say pepper, like
Black pepper, just
Black pepper.
actually, it's brown pepper. Which we buy it in the big jug from Costco like that. Tom Walker's in the house, by the way.
Tom Walker's in the house, following Walker's world. In fact, Walker has recently walked out of Florida.
Yeah, he walked out of Florida. Yeah, he's within a few hours of coming here, actually.
Yeah, so yeah, in fact, I think you'll probably see him on an upcoming stream if you haven't followed Tom Walker's world, following Walker's world. He's now moved to South Carolina, close to the Foothills Trail, right?
Yeah, yeah. Easily South Carolina, outside of Greenville.
I'm really hoping that we can organize a trip to come see him up in South Carolina. Maybe do a little section of the Foothills Trail, or maybe
But you know, after this 3-mile hike today in this heat, it's scaring me. I don't know. It's terrible. Heavy backpack, 3 miles in the heat. Not good. Not good.
Well, yeah. So that does bring up a good point about backpacking in the heat. So one, make sure you bring enough water is the first thing. And if you don't have water, make sure you bring a filter so you can filter water at water sources. But then you also have to take into consideration, especially if there hasn't been any rain, that your water sources that you're used to might be dried up. So there's a lot that goes into backpacking in the summer. One, making sure that you're hydrated the entire time, but also making sure you can continue to have access to water.
Mac, you always invited.
Yeah.
He said he wants to go. You always invited.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, like, we're really excited. Again, we're upcoming plans to do some stuff, especially when it gets cooler, because it is a little bit, again, dangerous to be hiking in the heat, too long miles if you're not staying hydrated. But in the fall, though, there are some things coming up that maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, but Pinhoti Fest in Sylacauga, Alabama, I believe it's September 22nd, 23rd.
Without looking at my calendar, I can't tell you. But I know we got that coming up. We also got the Red River Gorge. Nico Hikes a Lot puts together one in October. But you was mentioning something the other day about Raven Cliff Falls.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Ravencliff Falls before, but it's up in North Georgia. It's actually off of the Richard B. Russell Scenic Highway. It is a very popular place. Lots of streams and things of that nature. So during the day, there's a lot of foot traffic on trail. However, there are a bunch of campsites that are off of the trail, especially if you drive past the parking lot, that you can actually set up camp without having to do any hike in type stuff. It's a great spot to camp, but I'm excited because right down the street is the Appalachian Trail, Wildcat Mountain, you've got Cow Rock Mountain, great overlooks there. And if you guys haven't seen that video on the best section to hike on the AT, it actually is right down the street from where you could start at Hogpen Gap, go southbound into Neal Gap, or go even all the way to Woody Gap. Is a great section, especially with overlooks, especially in the cooler months, because you get more of a scenic view.
Yeah, I like Raven Cliff Falls. It's a moderate hike, 3-mile hike up to the falls. But Tom Walker, he says he wants to put a trip together up here where he's at, I guess, for all of you guys. I want to put a trip together up here. Where's that at, Tom? Foothills Trail?
Well, that would be awesome. I've been wanting to do a through hike of the Foothills Trail. I've been talking about it for years.
Yes.
Am I ever gonna do it? I don't know, but we do know someone that just recently completed a through hike.
Atypical hiker, Kevin. He knocked it out, 76 miles.
76 miles, and he did it over 7 days, right?
Yeah, 7 days.
So he
I
was
think
able,
8 days actually. I'm not sure.
but
Yeah, they took their time, but they got it done.
yeah, it's a great spot to check out if you haven't been there before. I mean, again, it starts at Oconee, it goes to Table Rock, or Table Rock to Oconee, depending on if you want to go northbound or southbound. If you guys are enjoying today's video, make sure you hit that like channel, obviously with distributing this live stream, to make sure we bring in some new audience. But speaking of new audiences, my channel's actually been growing a little bit.
Doing good. All the shots you're putting out is working.
Getting closer to that goal of 4,000 subscribers. So if you guys could put the word out there about Metro on the Move, it would definitely help me out. Again, I have a goal of 4,000 subscribers. And if we hit that 4,000 subscriber mark, I'm going to be giving away something very special. Did you hear about this?
No, you didn't mention that.
I might have sent you a photo last week.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let me guys tell you about it, what it is. In fact, so I don't know if you are watching my videos, but inside of some of those videos, I do carry these journals, like that are my trail.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned it.
Right, so I bought about 48 of these little trail journals that I'm going to be giving out that are all numbered. Only 48 because that's how many came in the package. So 48 limited edition Metro on the Move trail journals. And this is something you could just like notate how many miles you're doing. Like for instance, today at Dowdell's Knob to this campsite that we're at, tomorrow, the next day. It's just a nice way to not be digital with everything and have a way to record your journeys. In fact, I have one here. Hold on, let me sticky fingers over here.
I wanted to see the front.
Right, well, so I didn't want to do anything on the front because I want you guys to personalize it for yourself. But again, it's just a lightweight journal where you can, notate your journeys and so forth. I'll be doing a giveaway once I hit that mark of 4,000 subscribers. But in the back, you'll also see that I put a Metro on the Move sticker again, so it's not logoed out totally for my own stuff, but you'll see a number down here. This is one of 48, and I wanted to do something special for my buddy here and give him the very first one.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you, Andy.
So I got 47 left, and then I also have these new limited edition Hiker's Stink stickers. These are hologram edition, so it's a neon Hiker Stink in neon pink with hologram. Look at that sparkles around the outside. What? You'll see a little hashtag down here, Metro on the Move. But again, if we hit that 4K subscriber goal, I'm gonna be giving away some of those journals and some of these stickers, and all of those will be numbered as well. And this is number 1 of 48, and this also goes to my buddy here. Limited edition stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look, coming out here in this kind of weather, cheesery.
Well, we've been going back and forth. Again, the heat. Like, why did we do this? Why are we out here in July? Well, it's the 1st of July, so happy 4th of July weekend. Hopefully everyone got Monday off as well. I know you got Monday off.
Yeah, we're gonna close Monday.
So 4-day weekend, we were like, okay, let's go out. Let's just face the heat and be out here, do a couple miles, do a few miles.
5-day weekend for me.
Five?
Yeah, we close Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
What are you gonna do with the rest of your weekend?
I don't know. Just like the Pine Mountain Trail. Let's go see Tom Walker. He's dying to meet up there.
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road
yeah.
trip.
How
All
about
right,
that?
Tom, we're coming to your house. Put the casserole in the oven. We'll see you there in a
And
few hours.
Nancy knows how to cook.
Right? But Stofers, you know, for company. You know, it's always good. All right, so what else is new here? So, talked a little bit about some gear. Also got this.
Tom, work that out for this weekend. I'm willing to drive up there to easily.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with you, but maybe Senior will show up and enjoy the casserole. So here's another thing I wanted to show you guys. This is the Modl Infinity tool and straps. This is something that I thought is really cool. One, I've been using it with my kayaking stuff. I've been using it to loop up my life jackets, my paddles, and so forth. But what I also like about this today, you saw how I bolted in my Mika Basin chair, my ZPad, all at the top. So when I have a little strap over the top, it's a nice way to keep things secure. And as you can see, it's easy to unlatch. But what I like about this is that you can actually use this around a tree. So if you're using your phone and you wanted to say connect it around a branch, you can set the right setting for the width and so forth. But again, you can put your phone in it like that around a branch. It's a cool little piece of equipment. Again, it's multi-purpose. You can extend it as long as you like.
I've seen you use it on your channel.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something to check
stretch,
out.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it does stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
And so the Infinity tool, when you get a package with them, it comes with a few of these and a few of these different straps, so you can make it longer as much as you like. But then also you can wear it and things of that nature. But I wanted to give a shout out to Modl Outdoors. Been enjoying this product a lot. It's cool. It's just one of those multifunctional tools that you might see on my channel and my videos. So I just wanted to give them a shout out and say thank you. I'm a little parched. Here's my little luxury item for the day. That's right. You hear that? Yeah. Cracking a coldie.
There's a Bud Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will show it to you.
No,
yeah.
It's a rock star. So I want to give a shout out to Buckley. The Buckley actually got me going on this. The reason why I like this so much is I believe it has 300 milligrams of caffeine. That's 240.
250 calories. Wow.
And 240 milligrams of caffeine.
Wow.
So
that'll hop you up.
Did you know that in one of those Starbucks coffees, there's 300 drip coffee?
Oh, really?
Yeah. This will put a little pep in your step, right? For sure. So, what else is going on? So, upcoming Pinhoti Fest. In case you guys haven't heard about Pinhoti Fest, it is in September. I believe September 22nd, 23rd. I'll make sure I put a link on my channel. If you haven't heard about Pinhoti Fest, it is going to be a bunch of vendors, food, speakers, everything that relates to the Pinhoti Trail. The Pinhoti Outdoor Center puts on an event once a year. And then obviously all these people come together. I believe that As the Crow Flies Hiking will be there. J-Ben Hikes, Leonidas on the Trail, Gone Feral with Squidly.
Taylor from Southern Heights.
We also got Terry Young Outdoors. Those are Pinhoti Mafia. They
Oh,
go first.
okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
But Taylor from Southern Hike is pending Pinhoti Mafia status.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you heard about that or not.
No.
The qualifier for him is he has to do the Alabama Triple Crown, which is in February. He missed the last one. I believe the last one was in March, but it was so cold and so rainy. The last one, there's only a few people that make this every single year. It is a challenge.
Yeah, listen, this 3 miles today felt like 60 miles to me. Good God, that was awful.
So either you're hiking in the rain and the cold, or the heat, and you're facing heat exhaustion. Backpacking, hiking. There's like a couple days out of the year where you get that perfect mix, right?
Yeah. Let me go get my Bud Light. I'll be right back.
We ain't drinking no Bud Light out here, buddy. That ain't how it works. All right, so while we're waiting on him, I did want to talk a little bit about some other items I picked up recently from Dutchware. So if you guys are considering getting a hammock or a custom hammock, make sure you check out Dutchware. They have a lot of cool, how do I explain this? Instead of the big, huge carabiners and things of that nature to latch on your tarps and things of that nature, I just recently picked up some stingers. Again, thank you to Chris and Max for suggesting those items from Dutchware. Some fleas is what they're called. So if you're hearing fleas and stingers, make sure you check out Dutchware, and you start to see all these accessories in terms of how to hang up your tarp, or to mount them, or to tie them out and things of that nature. I really have enjoyed those products so far. Super light, just great quality products. So Dutchware. In fact, I just got something else from Dutchware. I'm actually sitting on it. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, I like that.
So this is a folding
Look at this.
seat, right?
My ZPad's wearing out. So this, how much was it? $12, $15?
This was only $7.
What?
Yeah.
What, it come from China or something?
I think everything comes from China.
Yeah.
But you can see how thin it is, right? That's normally they're kind of thick with the Z-Lite, but I like this just because it's enough. So if I'm looking for just a little bit extra cushion, you're good to go. Tom asked, where did you get that Big Agnes chair? That's actually a good conversation. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. How did he know I had a Big Agnes?
Because you got up and you went to get your electrolytes.
Oh. I've got chairs to give away or sell.
This one?
No, not this. No. Now that I've experienced this Big Agnes Mika Basin, it's the only one that spreads apart far enough that it doesn't hit the pressure points on my legs.
Yeah, actually, I'll do a demo while you're sitting in yours. So this is the Mika Basin chair, and as he was talking about, it's wider, and as you can see, the structure of how it goes together.
See how it flares out like this, and it's just enough. It flares out just enough that it doesn't hit the pressure points. I've always had an issue with that. I've gotten up out of the chair and fell down on 3 or 4 occasions. People don't believe it, but it just hits the Helinox and
It's a game changer.
yeah, all I'm lifting, and this is the only one. So it's a little expensive,
A little heavy too.
a little heavy, but
Almost 2 pounds.
I think it's a little bit over 2 pounds. But it doesn't matter. Unless I'm through hiking, of course you wouldn't take a chair.
No.
But what I'm doing, and I found out after today, I'm not doing many miles, not in this kind of weather. But this Mika Basin, a Big Ag's Mika Basin, it's great for me. I love it.
Chris, that hiking guy, just jumped on. Again, we were just talking about you, my friend. If you haven't caught the beginning of this stream, we were just talking about that tarp that you sold to me. Loving it so far. Did hook up with Dutchware, got the clips. It is up. In fact, I could probably pick up we'll do that in a little bit.
Yeah, he's got it set up over there with the fleas. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
Little teeny fleas, yeah. And they cost so much. I was telling you, I'm in a business where the big stuff, the little stuff costs more than the big stuff. It's just harder to make.
Yeah.
So when he told me there was $6 a flea,
Oh yeah, I was really stoked.
I would have normally, if I was somebody else, I'd have been. It would have stunned me. But honestly, I know why it's so costly.
So what on here? What else? Another update. So I don't know if you've seen some of my recent videos, but I have this ground sheet that I've been talking about called a hobo. Senior actually has a ground sheet as well that he's been using for quite a long period of time.
5 years. It goes with me on every hike.
Because it's just so nice to be able to organize your stuff on trail. So if you guys haven't heard of Hilltop Packs, I don't know. What's up, Trey? How are you, my friend? Make sure you go to Hilltop Packs and check out the new ground sheet that they put out. You can custom design a logo or a photograph on the ground sheet. So when you're at camp, this ground sheet goes right next to, in fact, I could probably show you what it looks like here. I've got all my stuff right there. There's a ground logos or whatever you would like to put on it, but it has 4 holes in all the corners so you can stake it down or use it as a camp flag. So make sure you check out Hilltop Packs, new ground sheet custom. It's really cool.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, there's 5. Turn just a little bit. I'm awful. You didn't want to show
Camera
me.
check. Camera check.
No, I use that ground sheet. There's 5 things. It goes with me every one. Now today, when I finally got here, Andy, what was the first thing I did?
Put the ground sheet down and then laid on the ground sheet.
Yeah, I put my backpack behind me and got horizontal for 30 minutes.
Literally laid out.
Yeah, that was the first thing. And then another time, if you come into a campsite that's raining, you can use it as a ground sheet to put your pack on it, or you can put your pack down and cover it up. And then you use it in front of your tent when you separating everything out your backpack and put what you need to go to wherever the guys are going to cook at. And then when you finish, you just grab the 4 corners, pick it up and take it over there. And then, of course, while you're cooking and it comes the rain, right? It always does that for me. Right while in the middle of cooking, you can grab it all up except for the stove, of course, and carry it under the tarp. So it's got all these purposes. It's been with me on every hike, and I don't have the measurements of what I'm actually using. It was gifted to me by my brother-in-law, Mike P. Hiker, but it's close to a 2x3. That's close to the size, because that's important. It's got to be big enough to grab the 4 corners with all your stuff in it.
Yeah, I agree. So speaking of cooking and food, man, I wish I would have been able to stop at Subway on the way in today. I still have not gone back to that Subway since the episode happened.
You've been banned.
I've been banned, man. I mean, I did talk to the manager. The manager's like, yeah, you can go back in, but the manager's not there. I'm more worried about the employee there.
He's in the back. The guy was in the back. He won't be coming out.
Oh,
But
no.
I can go in and get your sandwich if I'm with you.
So I was thinking about growing out a mustache or having one of those, like, to dress up and, like, so you could not recognize me. I parked my car on the side of the gas station. I peeked my head in there, but I just didn't have.
Really?
The
You
cojones
did do that?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
wanted-
Oh, there's that bear you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Psych.
Oh. It's Winnie the Pooh.
Terry Young's on board.
Terry
right?
Young's in the house. Hey,
Yeah.
guys. I want to say thank you again for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying this live
Cassie
stream.
Mac.
Cash Max is in the house. What's
Cash
up,
Mac.
man? You know what?
I never met him.
Well, his name's Mike, and then Crow is actually going to be going out there to do a hike out in Utah with him in the near future. I don't know if it's going to be in this heat, but they're going to be doing like a 10-day hike out there with
wow.
Cash Max and Crow. Yeah, it's going to be.
I think I can do a multi-day hike. I just don't want to do those hills. You know what I mean? I don't want to climb big mountains.
And the big miles comes along with it.
I think the 4 days is about the max I've ever been out on a trail is 4 days.
Oh, yeah.
Cumberland Island was, and that was what is it, 40-something miles to do the whole thing.
Was it 40 miles?
Yeah, if you're gonna do the whole, like we did, south end to the north end.
Was
yeah.
it 40 miles?
I think it's close to 40 miles. Yeah.
So let's talk about that trip. So we went
I
out.
want to do it again.
We did it almost 2 years ago, right? It would have been a year and a half. It would have been last February, not the one before, but the one before. And we went out to Cumberland Island. And what I remember, you thought the temperatures would be cool in February, but it ended up being pretty hot.
Well, originally I went in February
The beginning of February.
because that was what I went on my birthday.
On your birthday.
But Kevin, you see, he don't like he wanted to wait till later in February. So I acquiesced, and I did that in end of February.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But the thing is to keep in mind, if you're gonna do Cumberland Island, you want to go when it's as cold as possible because it is bug central. There's just bugs.
Yeah, after February,
everywhere.
you don't want to go after February.
J3 Hike says hello from Tucson, Arizona. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us. So, yeah, Cumberland Island. You got to get your reservations in as early as possible, but make sure you go when the temperatures are cool. You do have to get a ferry to and from the island. They only have scheduled times that you can get on and off of the island.
Well, you can you have to register to get onto the island, but if you decide to leave, you can hike to the dock, and there's usually room. You get on it and go back.
Like
There's no
hitchhiking.
you don't have to have a schedule to go back. But this next time, I think I'm gonna do the early ferry
Yeah,
instead of the 11.
because it was hot when we got there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the early ferry and get on up to Brick Hill Bluff.
What were the name of the campsites that we stayed at, just in case everyone wants to know about that?
Well, it was Stafford Beach,
Stafford Beach,
Brick Hill Bluff,
Brick Hill Bluff.
and then Holiday. No, I don't know.
So the
Forgot.
the irony of this trip. So we did most of the hiking inside, like the middle of the island, going straight up. It was like kind of like Florida feeling, like an island, right?
What I like the highest part on the island is 150 feet.
So no hills. Speaking his lingo. So we get all the way to Brick Hill Bluff. We come back, and I think we were at Stafford Beach. And in the morning, the group wanted to go out and catch the sunrise.
Yeah.
Now, if you have ever lived at the beach, the weather is completely unpredictable. Mike Ghost, what's going on, my friend? He just got back from the Black Hills with backpacking with Buckley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in fact,
Trask Endermark, he just did. He said January.
Yankee Paradise. Did we just
Yeah, that's one. Yankee Paradise is one.
There you go.
Yeah, who named that? Oh,
Trey,
he
yeah.
said he just got back from it.
Oh, he just went.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
well, he went in January.
Oh, okay. Well, then that was the perfect time.
I didn't go this year in February, but we took 12 people last year.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, man.
Well, you can only take 5, but Dan the monk, wandering monk, he had a national park pass like me, so he took 5. I took 5, me and him, so it made a total of 12. I'm not gonna do that again. If I go to, I'm gonna go just take 5 if they want to go.
But yeah, it's definitely worth it if you guys have not done the trip to Cumberland Island. It's definitely something I would definitely recommend trying out. My favorite part was getting up super early in the morning. So we went out there. Again, if you weren't familiar with the weather of what happens at the beach, it can be very cloudy at times. So we woke up early, we get out there, and you can see all of the hikers. It was like Nicole hikes a lot, Jason Outdoors, Ice Bear hikes. All these people are out there looking at just this big, huge fog. It was the funniest thing.
Well, the thing about Cumberland Island, you can walk over to the beach and just beach walk all the way back. You know, when the tide.
Yeah, that's what we did on the way back. And that
yeah,
was
you
cool.
did. We did too. And you have to pick the part of the sand that's somewhat firm. You know, you're not walking in a sand box.
No.
I'm not going to do that. But you go
yeah,
out.
it's like firm, like compact.
Yeah.
And you can find some incredible shells out there, like whelk shells, and amongst other things, lots of sand dollars. So here's another funny story. So I picked up some sand dollars, and they were beautiful, perfect sand dollars, like awesome. And I didn't want to break them, and I had all my camping gear, so I took off my hat and put my sand dollars inside my hat. Got all the way to where the dock is to catch the ferry back, and I was like, man, it's hot. And I took my hat off, and I watched both the sand dollars fall and hit the ground.
Yeah, they break real easy.
Oh my gosh, and that was the end of it.
Mike wants to know the temperature. We've already said, but it's almost 100.
Well, let's.
You got your little.
I got a thermodrop. Let's turn that on.
I got one too, but I don't have it with me today. I mean, I got it over in the tent.
I think mine's over in my bag. I'm gonna go over to my short hammock, which is where my.
Hey, you leaving me by myself on your channel?
Oh, yeah, Senior hikers in the hills.
Yeah. Are your windows rolled up?
All right, let's see here. Here's my thermodrop.
Oh, yeah, Terry. Yeah, I didn't want to hurt Pyro Bill's feelings and roll the window up in his face after he came and told me what to do. So that's why that window was half down. I didn't feel like rolling it up while he was talking to me, or right after he's walking away, roll it up like locking the door if I see him coming. I didn't want to do that to him. What's it say?
89. That's not so bad.
No, that ain't too bad. And we got a slight breeze here at this campsite.
Oh, sorry, I just passed gas.
Oh, Jesus.
That's your slight breeze. Anyway, so it's about 89 degrees. It is a little muggy too as well. Oh, actually, 90.
Hey,
I think it's going to continue to rise.
this guy says he gives us a lot of respect for hiking in this heat. I'm not doing it again. I don't want to do it again. Not 3 miles.
Well, that's it. Let's go like this. You got to embrace the suck. And I think that backpacking is all about.
Chris said it's 90 now. Did you fart?
Yeah, and temperature increase. I had some spicy food last night too, so sorry about that. Anyway, no, backpacking is all about embracing the suck. You got to take the opportunities when you get them. Even if it says it's going to rain, you got to be, willing to go out in the middle of it. So we got our tarp, we're ready for it. Again, if you are afraid of the weather before you go on any backpacking trip, you'll never go.
Yeah, that's right. You'll never go, because we had the dire information for this Saturday, and look at it. It turned out it didn't even rain.
The dire, it was like a weather alerts, like.
It was terrible. It was going to be 100 degrees and thunderstorms, and hey, not
blue
happening.
skies.
Didn't happen.
90 degrees, 91 degrees.
No, it said 90. This 99 is what it said on my weather channel. But it ain't that. I mean, it's not that. It's 89.
Well, he's saying, Tom just said you guys did the whole PMT in August. So when was this?
Oh, it was bad. That was bad. It rained all 4 days, didn't it, Tom? Rained 4 days.
4 days in a row?
Yeah, 4 days in a row.
Oh, that sounds about right. Last time we were here at this particular campsite, I don't want to say where we're at and get us in trouble. But the last time we were here, it was in the 30s, remember?
Mm.
And it was raining. It was freezing cold. It
I-
didn't stop raining the entire time getting into camp, all night, and then as soon as we had woke up and broke down camp and we were finally ready to go, then it stopped raining, right? Because we had packed up all our gear wet. So this is a little bit different. I think we're gonna get through the night without any rain. There's a radar coming in with a little bit, but not
Well, the
necessarily.
radar didn't show it at where, you know, it shows where we at, the blue dot, but it showed it up high above it. So I'll check it when we finish. I'll check and see if it's gonna come in on us.
Are we gonna get fire tonight?
I'm not in. I ain't coming. I am not going near a fire.
All right, that's a good question for everyone that's watching. Do you guys build a campfire in the summer? That's a question for you guys. So make sure you go ahead and put a comment down below or in the chat. Because I'm curious, because I think there's benefits of having a campfire in the summer. You don't mind?
Keep the flies and gnats away, I guess, is one thing.
Nope. We got one nope, one yes. So it's 50-50 right now. And then I'm a yes guy on that. I like it. I mean, the only reason why I don't like doing a fire in the summer, right, is because you have to douse the fire in the morning to make sure it's completely out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And two, if you do a fire, you know, sometimes people will assume that anything that's in the fire, you put it in there as well. We came up to, so if Jim Hall from the Pine Mountain Trail Association is watching this channel right now, we did not leave the trash in the fire grill. They actually just put a new.
In fact, I think we ought to take a picture of it.
Yep. Because he's good.
Mike and I used to do that. We've come in and saw anything in that fire pit, we'd take a picture of it, so we didn't get blamed for doing it.
That's another good question. So when you go to a campsite, do you guys film or photograph the area before you set up? And the only reason why I ask that is because, as you can imagine, people are not as kind to various different elements of the trail, and sometimes they'll mess it all up. And if you walk in there, especially we've gotten a little bit of heat from the Pine Mountain Trail Association. I don't want to get in trouble for nothing around here.
No, I know. Well, they used to have an A and a B campsite. I think they couldn't control it, and they didn't have enough volunteers. You know, I'm a Pine Mountain Trail associate, but I can't volunteer. My wife would skin me. I don't do nothing around the house, and then I'm gonna tell her I'm going.
Oh, you got to clean up.
I'm going to clean up a trail. She'd be kicking me out that house. That's crazy.
Well, speaking of the Pine Mountain Trail, so if you guys do come to the Pine Mountain Trail, make sure you reserve in advance. All of the campsites along the 23 miles have to be reserved in advance. And then second, it isn't just one person on the reservation. You got to have everyone that's going to be in the camp listed on this backcountry permit. In fact, we have this little tag that we have to take with us when we go out into the wilderness that says, hey, we're supposed to be at this campsite, and here's all the people that are supposed to be at our camp. And if they're not listed there, you're going to get in trouble, and there's a reason for that. So if you're a Pine Mountain Trail member, oh, you just put your address out there.
Oh, did I? Well, that's all right. Hey, two, come to my door.
Oh, well, send
Give me something exciting.
Christmas is coming. Maybe they'll send you some.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Or maybe China will send you more stuff to review. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, make sure you do have everyone listed in your party. It is $12 per person to camp unless you are a Pine Mountain Trail Association member. So again, Pine Mountain Trail is a great place, but make sure you photograph the campsites before you stay here, and then also make sure everyone is listed on the backcountry permit, and also in your car, make sure you have your appropriate information listed on the dash. The last time we were here, the reason why that's a benefit was, remember what happened the last time we were here? We got a call from the ranger.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, I'm not sure if this person's in your party or not, but there's a car that had your truck, and it has keys in it. We just want to see whose keys these might be.
In the door.
In the door. So, you know, Senior's been talking about wanting to get a new automobile, but I didn't know he was trying to get it lifted.
Yeah, somebody can steal it.
Get a little joyride going on.
Hey, Chris says he usually hacks out that trash in the fire pit.
You know what? Let's go ahead and look at the tarp that Chris just sold me, because I think this is actually kind of interesting. Let me show you around the camp real quick. You got Senior's duplex there, and then you got the duplex L here, which you've probably already seen. I'm gonna walk on the and so forth. But here it is. This is the hammock gear, a tarp with doors, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Now, I probably did the wrong thing in terms of how it's all set up and so forth, but these are the stingers that I was telling you about. I don't know if you can see that or not. Those are the new system I got. I was going to do a continuous ridge line, but this is what I ended up going with, which is what Chris recommended. And then I've got some Zing It guy outs, and there's some shock cord here, but these are the fleas that he was talking about. And I think those are really cool. So thank you for that. And again, these have doors on it.
Well, did you ask Chris while he's online what do you do with these things here? How does this?
Yeah, I don't know how to tie this up.
How does this work, Chris?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's kind of
Figure out how to tie it.
how to tie it up. It's kind of strange. So total noobs here, like on this tiny tarp, but for hooking this up, selling it to me. I've enjoyed it so far, and if it rains tonight, we'll give you a review of how that works out. But this is our campsite. This is a new fire ring that's out here that the PMT put together, and that's what we were talking about. We didn't do this. So someone was here last. Now, we're not trying to call them out. They just don't want to get in trouble, right?
I'm gonna take a picture for you.
Yeah. Senior's going to take a picture. All right, so let's go ahead and head back to the chairs. I'm ready to sit down again. I'm a little beat. So this is the ground sheet that we're talking about that Senior's been carrying for 5 years. And again, I have a Tyvek one that I've been working on, but Ben over at Hilltop Packs has now created this custom ground sheet that you can pick up with your logo and your branding on it, or whatever you would like a photograph of a good memory that you might have had. So make sure you check out Hilltop Packs, the new custom ground sheet. That's really cool. And then back here, I don't know if you can see that, but that's a really cool item as well. That's a short hammock, and inside of that, what I've actually done is I put my backpack in the short hammock. So it's almost like a seat, right? It's a shorter distance for hammock lovers. It's a seat, but it's called the short hammock. There is a link on my website, hikersofamerica.com, under backpacking gear if you want to check out the short hammock. In fact, I could probably show you. Well, I guess I can do that real quick. You go ahead and take a seat here. This is the short hammock, and the reason why I think this is so cool is during the summer months when the bugs are out. Here's that name here. This is, I believe, the whole thing. So really, but again, it's a nice way to keep your backpack off of the ground, and it's a nice little seat too in case you're looking for that extra seat. And here's again another look at the Mika Basin chair that Senior Hiker 77 loves so much. I picked up one as well, and the reason why I think it's great,
You picked up two.
I got two. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I bought the Mika Basin chair
And they sent you one.
while we were sitting here in February.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But didn't they send you one?
They sent me two because I ordered two.
Oh, wow.
I ordered it though.
Oh, you paid for both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not celebrity status yet.
Hey, Terry Young's making fun. He says he's laid back in his air conditioned, eating snacks, watching TV in an air conditioned room
Well, Terry Young is
in a
the
lazy boy chair.
recent recruit to the Pinhoti Mafia. But talking like that, we're gonna make sure you do some extra miles. You're gonna, oh, I'm in the AC. Well, you're gonna have to earn that title, boy. Get back out there. You can't just be in the AC. We want to see some more videos from you, my friend. Okay, we got a question. When are you gonna start hammocking full time? That is on my radar. So guys that are watching right now, if you could go ahead in the chat and tell me your favorite hammock that you think I should check out. Now, I've looked at Superior gear. I'm looking at hammock gear. I'm looking at Dutchware. But if there's a specific hammock that you guys think I should be looking at with the actual model name, let me know. I would like it to have a bug net versus the one I've got now. Preferably removable, but I do like, it's kind of like,
Hey, my new Ultra 23.
oh, you got a new piece of gear, that new camera. So he's filming with that versus the GoPro. But again, going with the hammocks, if you guys have specific hammocks that you think I should be looking at or trying, that's going to be the next step. I do have a couple hammocks that I have taken out.
Yeah, we've had you in a hammock before.
It didn't work out. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, so
Oh, God.
it was an Eno. Is it
I don't,
Eno?
ENO. I don't-
Eno, Eagle's Nest Outfitters, and I had the bug net, which is like, I forgot the name of it, and then the Eno tarp. It was very heavy, first time setting it up, but the bug net actually goes around the outside of the hammock itself, and some of these other hammocks I'm looking at connected to it.
Mm.
So when I got in the hammock, I actually went over the hammock and then fell inside the bug net. So I was like, help, help, help. And that was the first time I yelled for help.
Yeah.
The second time, you know, I drifted off to sleep, and I'm not used to being in a hammock. You know, this is the first time I'd ever backpacked with it and so forth. And I'm sitting there and I felt like somebody came over and was the little strap on the outside. So I start screaming again, like, help me, they're coming to get me. Oh, help, help.
He had a night fright that night.
Yeah, I wasn't used to that feeling of floating.
Yeah.
But again, I would love to see some of those comments
You
down below.
getting them. You can,
Awesome.
Yeah, you getting them.
And if you're enjoying today's live stream, make sure you hit that like button. It does help us, you know, with reaching a new audience. So make sure you hit the like button if you've enjoyed us rapping so far. Tom says, "Nice phone, Johns. Can you penny whistle number for us?" What's that mean?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what that means. Penny whistle? Is that your
Yeah, penny whistle is
your tin flute?
tin flute. It's interchangeable word.
So you actually have another channel. But
Yeah, but I'm not advertising it. Tom Walker's on it.
Ah,
I only got 4. I just got picked up Dan Wandering Monk. I give it to him the other night. So it's still just only 14 of you guys get to see me make a fool of myself. You didn't even watch the last one.
I've been busy.
But yeah, I'm working. Yeah,
It's
I'm
that little
working.
snake that comes up like.
The last one I did for Tom and Gone Feral with Squidly, because
Yeah.
they were ex-Navy guys. I
Yeah.
did Anchors Away. You know, my son's in the Navy.
Oh, okay.
But Brad, or I don't think Brad or Keith Gone Feral, I don't think either one of them has been invited to join. It's just a private. It's not. It is open to the public, but no one goes to it, and it's just for my close friends. And I took you off the list.
Oh, we're falling down the statuses and so forth. We've had a good time here today, guys. We definitely appreciate the support on Metro on the Move, as well as Senior Hiker 77. Again, you know, we were out here just having a good time. It's always fun to get the feedback from you guys, be able to talk in real time. Obviously, we're real people doing real things in the middle of the real heat. But I'm starting to get hungry. It's time to make some
Yeah, we're gonna make some supper.
ramen, right?
Ramen. We're gonna make some of this bone-flavored ramen.
So,
You know, funny thing, real quick.
Yeah.
My son, he used to love salong tongue, is what it's called in the restaurant.
it's a
okay?
long tongue.
Salong tongue. Salong tongue.
I dated a girl once that had
But-
a long tongue.
But anyway, he loved it until he found. This is when he was a young boy,
Okay.
12, 13, until he found out what it was. It was Christ. It was bone. It was this bone marrow.
Oh, okay.
And so he didn't eat. But now he's back to eating anything.
Anything.
Yeah, he loves food of any country.
Especially ramen noodles.
He eats anything. He knows the best of everything.
What's you guys' favorite ramen noodles? I mean, we obviously you got the eclectic ramen noodle eater over here.
Well, it's only because my wife is Korean, and I just pick up whatever she's into that week, and it seems like it changes quite often. So
I like the Shin ramen.
the Shin Ramen is good.
Metro, what's your favorite Taco Bell menu item? Oh wow, you know, so I will say that it changes based on what the $5 box is or whatever. So whatever comes in the $5 box is what I get. But if I was to say right off the menu, it's gonna have to be the Doritos, the Dorito wrapper taco supreme. You know, with the.
I very seldom go to. I'd go to a Mexican restaurant to get them, but
You don't get Taco Bell. You don't have to run from the border. Well, I'll tell you a funny story. After we left, what hike was it? Oh my gosh, it was Alabama Triple Crown. The team was actually going to a Mexican restaurant afterwards, but I needed to get on the road because I had like a good drive ahead of me.
yeah, right.
So it was getting dark, and I went to Taco Bell and I got some of those nacho Dorito taco supremes, whatever they're called, you know, with the Dorito wrapper. And it was dark, and it was I was trying to eat these tacos like while I was driving. I don't know if you guys try to eat Taco Bell driving.
Hate to eat while we're in the car. Hate it.
Oh my gosh! So I'm like trying to eat these tacos, like, you know, it's just falling all over me and so forth. And you know, anybody who eats Taco Bell probably is like, oh, it tastes so great, it's so good. But you know, they used to be run for the border, right?
Yeah, mystery meat.
Well, I was in Alabama and I was running for the border of Georgia as fast as I was driving to the border as fast as I could, because man, that was a crazy ride home. Almost didn't make it.
Yeah, but you know, well, I went through one like that, leaving this
The Sipsey?
the Cheehaw Wilderness with Mike P. Hiker. Oh, geez, a reef.
There ain't nothing out there, is there?
Well, no, I mean, we was on the way back,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I found a Home Depot, and I was tiptoeing. I was tiptoeing.
I'm a big fan of the Doritos, as you can see here. This is my favorite flavor Doritos. If you guys haven't tried this is the best sweet, spicy sweet chili. But I've heard they have a new barbecue one. Backpacking with Jason actually has been recommending those. This is my favorite, bar none. Make sure you check these out if you haven't already had those.
We're drifting off into conversation.
That's it. We're drifting off. I guess it's time to get going, though. So thank you guys for joining us on today's episode of Live from the Pine Mountain Trail. Make sure you check out Senior Hiker 77 if you haven't already. Metro on the Move. We appreciate you. Put a comment down below. Hit the like button. Thank you guys for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. But until next time, let's keep moving.
Okay.